Hey guys, Lumberjack Vulcan back for some more AFK Arena. In today's video, we're over on the test server because Merlin has just dropped into the game. So we're going to take a look at his skills and abilities, and he is a support. So it was a big toss up between mage or support on what he was actually going to be. Turns out to be a support. You guys know I was hoping for like a 7 Deadly Sins female Merlin type thing, but this guy, they actually did a pretty good job of it. I love the owl. You guys know I love anything with a pet. So design wise, I think he definitely gets an A+. I think the design is pretty cool. It's pretty clean, traditional type Merlin, but the owl thing and the spectral stuff is what I really love. So let's get into the skills. So over here we have, man, I tell you what, they've been getting some long, complicated reads on abilities lately, and they just keep going with them. So Merlin foresees impending danger, allowing him to reduce the damage received by himself and all allies by 25% for 8 seconds. While Merlin's premonition is still occurring, if an enemy that is symmetrically positioned uses their ultimate, I mean, it's kind of like Gwyneth, you know, she targets the enemy opposite, that's what it's saying, the enemy directly opposite his positioning. Uses their ultimate ability, all allied heroes will receive a runic shield that has a value equal to 180% of their own max health, which exists for 5 seconds. While the shield exists, it prevents enemy control effects and cannot be dispelled. So basically what this is saying is when he uses his ult, all allies have damage mitigation up for 8 seconds, and then if the enemy opposite Merlin uses their ultimate ability, all allies get that shield of 180% of their max health for 5 seconds, and they can't be controlled, and that shield cannot be dispelled. And then we got the skill ups, damage reduced by 30% and then goes up to 35%. So it's not a bad damage mitigation, really, like board-wide damage mitigation, and you'll see later on here, can actually activate this at the very start of the battle with furniture as well. Okay, moving on. We have Merlin calls upon the forces of magic to heal himself and his most injured ally for 4.5% of max health per second over 8 seconds. 30% of damage dealt to this injured ally during the healing period is transferred to Merlin, basically. And it does go up to a 6% per second, which ain't too bad for 8 seconds. What's that, like 48% health, I think? Yeah, okay. It's late. I need to get to bed. Anyway, we've got that, and he takes some of the damage. Moving on from that, when Merlin is suffering from the effects of an enemy control ability, he dispels the majority of the negative effects currently affecting him and lets loose his spirit owl, who proceeds to imprison the source of the effect for 3 seconds, causing them to lose health equal to 150% of Merlin's attack rating every second. This ability cannot be dispelled. This ability can be triggered once every 8 seconds, get an increased damage, and it can be triggered once every 6 seconds with skill up. So basically, if he gets controlled, he dispels that control effect plus any other debuffs he has on him, you know, like a roar or anything like that, a defense break, any of that stuff, dispels it all, and then imprisons the enemy with his owl, which is kind of cool. I like the owl imprisoning bit. But yeah, 3 second CC. Next up, when Merlin suffers fatal damage for the first time, he enters a spirit form and seeks refuge in his spirit owl. While in spirit form, Merlin protects his most injured ally, during which time both Merlin and the ally recover 10% of max health per second for 7 seconds. Not too bad recovery. When Merlin stops protecting his ally, he reappears in his original position. If the ally target dies while Merlin is protecting them, Merlin will prematurely reappear in his original position. This ability may only be used when there are surviving allies still on the field. Look at that, you even had to scroll for this ability. Damage received by an ally while Merlin is in spirit form is reduced by 30%, which is nice, and the value of health recovered per second is 15% per second for 7 seconds. So he's got a lot of healing. So this one, just to recap, he dies, he goes into an owl, he follows the most injured ally, gives them damage mitigation, and also heals them every second. It's pretty much the gist of it. Long description of the ability to get that through. Signature item, let's go. So this one here, when the ability magical amelioration, which is his second ability, which is this one, so where he's like healing the lowest ally. While that ability is in effect, 10% of the damage dealt by the protected allied target is converted into health for Merlin and the allied target. So not only getting healed in general, they also get healed by the damage the ally deals. It goes up to 30% at level 20, and then at level 30, the amount of health Merlin loses as a result of bearing damage for his ally when using the ability that I can't even read what that ability is called, I suck at names, is reduced by half, and the ability now targets 2 allies. The whole reduced by half bit's like cool, but it's the big thing is he now uses it on 2 allies, this ability. So he's going to be healing up 2 allies and, you know, stealing some of the damage that they take. So pretty good mitigation for 2 allies. Then we jump into the furniture. The duration of the ability Destiny Foreseen is extended by 50%, so that's this one here. Now, I'm not sure whether it's both effects of it, whether it's the damage mitigation and the shield if the shield gets procced, or whether it's just the damage mitigation. That'll come down to testing, but I'm assuming it's definitely going to be this one, so this would go up to a 12-second duration. I'm not sure what happens with the shield, whether that does as well. And then we have Merlin can immediately use the ability Destiny Foreseen when he enters the battlefield. So that's where we talk about this ultimate. So you basically enter the battle with 35% damage mitigation, and if the enemy ults quick, you're going to get a shield on all your allies as well. So it's not a bad thing to enter with that. So a lot of mitigation and healing in this guy's kit. Let's go over into the Arena of Trials and have a look. And he's obviously got that cheat death thing as well. Let's take a look at the animations. I think he's going to be incredibly viable. I'm just thinking an Irons counter, because Irons can ult so quick. I just feel like if you put him opposite an Irons, then that Iron's going to ult, but you're going to have a massive shield and it's not going to really do anything. That's like the first thing that came to my mind, because I'm always thinking of things that just block Irons. But like anything that ults fast, like I feel like positioning him in a spot where you can, especially if you have 9 furniture, where you can just straight up like get that shield on all your allies would be sick. And as you can see, it's the one opposite him gets that symbol, so if they ult during that time, you get the effect. But let's just jump out of this. You can sort of see the abilities there. That's the ally he's linking to, healing up and stuff like that. We can't see him dying. So what I'm going to do is in this one, I'm going to try and get him to die. So we're going to leave him in the front row. However, it's a bad team to try and get him to die against. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave him in the front row. And we're going to put like... Who do we put in? I want to put things that are going to do low damage. Let's like, you're going to do high damage, but at least you'll only be doing it to the Nara. So hopefully he can die, because I want to see him die is what I really want to see. So as you can see, cast it at the very start, which is really nice. Okay, turtle jumps on us. I don't think we're going to be able to make him die in this thing. Like, I tried to take no damage into the team, so eventually he might die. There's that ult again. As you can see, it's on the turtle as well. Come on. Like, there's a lot of healing that goes on with his passive abilities. There's a lot of healing that's going on. Can we get him to die? Oh, here it is, here it is. Die, Merlin, die. No, die. No. No. I was actually trying other compositions before I came on and made this video to try and get him to die so I could see what it looks like. But it looks like we're not going to get him to die in this one. I'm going to have to test this like early game in a push and stuff like that later on. When, like, basically when it drops and we get the trial tomorrow, we'll try it again. Because, man, like, there's a lot of healing and a lot of support that goes on here. And it's really hard to actually make him die to see how his owl form works. But as you can tell, like, it's pretty solid in general. So let's just put him up here. Let's go behind an Arthur. Let's just put, like, Respin there, I guess. And just for something to sit back, and let's do like Torn and Turtle. Like, I'm just trying to actually, let's do these two, because I just want Belinda to get boosted and use an ultimate and see us get the shield. But it's got to be while the ultimate's up, so it's like you got 12 seconds window for that Belinda ult for us to actually get the effect. So you'll see the symbol leave the Belinda, so if she ults now, we get nothing out of it. And Namora ults pretty quick. So we need Merlin to cast his before the Belinda casts hers. It's a very rough timing thing, but like if it works and like in campaign you can retry this a million times to get it to work, it's going to be big. So here we go. Belinda's going to ult after this. So let's see. Everyone will get a shield now. Unless we kill her. Okay, look, everyone should get a shield on our team, which mitigates it. And you can see it's like that weird sort of shield. It's like a... Is it even a shield? Unless it got just... I don't know. There was too much going on. There was way too much going on there. Let's try again. Let's get into... Ah, Jesus. Jesus. I can't remember the formation, but hey, you get the gist. I think he's going to be solid. I think he's going to be incredibly solid. I think he has a lot of applications. Kind of reminds me of like... Kind of makes me think like a better version of Eluard. Like a little bit different, but like I feel like he's going to have a lot of implications, like places he can be used. So let's just do this again. Let's battle. I think that was the same team. So I want to see that Belinda ult again. So after Respin ults, I'll slow it down. Okay, so this is where Belinda's going to pop. And she doesn't have the symbol. So we're going to ult. Now Belinda has that symbol. Now everyone, I'm just looking at Respin to see him if he gets the shield. Yeah, you can see the shield. It has like the little floaty things around it. That's the shield that applies. Which ain't too bad. So I just think there's a lot of sustain and a lot of mitigation in this guy's kit. And I think he's just going to be a great splashable support in a lot of teams. But we'll do some more testing. But like on paper, like just the amount of healing that's coming out of this ability, the mitigation you get straight from this, especially with 9 furniture when you can activate it straight away, and combine the fact that this is actually going to be doing it on himself and 2 other allies is ridiculous. He gets to like counter CC an enemy that does CC, and then he's got a first death where he just like max heals someone as well. Like I feel like you're going to get like some immortal teams between like stall could be like a huge thing in like PvP defenses. Like you do this guy with like, I don't know, like Silas, Eluard, Merlin, what's the other one? What's her name? Desara. That sort of stuff. I think you could get some weird, like, complete stall survive forever comps, but anyway, that is Merlin. It looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, he's not a 7 Deadly Sins type Merlin, which I was hoping for, but still a pretty sick design. Cool owl. I'm cool with everything. So that is going to be for this one, guys. Like I said, we'll be back and test him when he does drop on the server in about, I don't know, a day or so. We'll get that video out, but I'm keen to test him. I just think he's going to be crazy support for a lot of teams. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.